What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, June 7th. In today's video, we have to talk about the SEC suing major crypto exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase. What does this do, and how does this affect cryptocurrency, and how does this affect you and everybody that's in this ecosystem? Well, I want to share with you my personal thoughts, because honestly, when you zoom out from this whole situation, you may see that I don't think the SEC is in a really good position right now. So you have to watch this video throughout its entirety and stick around to the very end to hear my conclusion and statement, because I want to share with everybody what we actually are seeing on the broader scope between the SEC versus cryptocurrency, because this is a war going on. So with that said, be sure to like that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So the SEC says on their actual Twitter page that it protects investors, maintains fair and orderly and efficient markets, and facilitates capital formation. So that's what they say. But what's really going on with them versus cryptocurrency? Now, as you've heard, yesterday, the SEC has sued Binance. That's right, you heard me right. A government entity in the US is suing a company. And that's not something you hear all the time. So this is what they were posting. They said and shared a tweet from their Binance chief compliance officer back in 2018. This is 2018, don't forget. We are operating as an effing unlicensed securities exchange in the USA, bro. So it's interesting that a government entity would use something from 2018 to basically fight for their lawsuit against this exchange, Binance US. So with that said, let's go ahead and see what results of that. We do have CZ, who is the CEO and the founder of Binance Global. And so he says, if you have to pick a fight with everyone, maybe you were the one at fault, as the SEC sues Coinbase on the day it sued Binance. So on top of this, CZ was actually reportedly summoned to appear before a US district court after this. It was sourced by Fox Business. But let's go and talk about the other exchange, which is Coinbase, because this is what the SEC had to say about Coinbase, which is based in the US. They said you simply can't ignore the rules because you don't like them or because you prefer different ones. The consequences for the investing public are far too great. While Coinbase's calculated decisions may have allowed it to earn billions, it's done so at the expense of investors by depriving them of the protections to which they are entitled. This is by Gerber Gruhl. This is the director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement. That's really interesting that they're saying that. So let's go and hear from Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. He said, instead of publishing a clear rule book, the SEC has taken a regulation by enforcement approach that is harming America. It doesn't just stop there. He also reminds everyone that the SEC reviewed Coinbase's businesses and allowed it to become a publicly traded company in 2021, which their ticker symbol is called COIN, that is now available to trade on the NASDAQ. Now, their chief legal officer said this: SEC's reliance on an enforcement-only approach is the absence of clear rules for the digital asset industry and is hurting America's economic competitiveness. This is all coming from the Coinbase team. Now, if that's not enough, let's talk about the numbers, because again, they posted this video up recently. Now, the Coinbase by the numbers says the number of times we mentioned staking in our public S1 report was 57 times. We met with the SEC in 2022, 30 times. Percentage of assets that we rejected because they didn't meet the legal standards, 90. And then the year that the test was written, which was the Howey test, was written in 1946. And then the amount of tech jobs that will be lost if this cryptocurrency is not built within the US and shifted offshores to other countries is around 1 million. And also, countries currently establishing comprehensive rules for crypto are around 33. And the comprehensive rules that the SEC has established for crypto in the United States of America is absolutely zero. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who is in charge of XRP, which is another native token within the cryptocurrency aspect, is saying that the SEC is throwing lawsuits at the wall and hoping that they will distract from the agency's FTX debacle. Now, if you don't know this, the SEC and FTX had meetings. We're talking about Sam Bankman-Fried, had meetings with the SEC. And we knew that the FTX scandal, which scammed a whole bunch of people billions of dollars and was not protecting investors, the SEC could have stepped in and helped. But also, what else was going on? The SEC had private meetings with Sam Bankman-Fried, And yet we're not seeing Sam Bankman-Fried go to jail. We're not seeing anything like that nature revealing to the public. So what's going on with the SEC really? And Gemini co-founder Cameron Winklevoss states, being sued by the SEC used to mean you were probably doing something wrong, but now it means you're probably doing something right. And also we have Jack, who used to be the founder of Twitter, said this. Now Ali replied, is ETH a security, Jack? And Jack said yes. So that's really interesting that the founder or the former founder of Twitter said that Ethereum is a security. But then again, Elon Musk replied to him and said that Doge for the win. So it's interesting that everybody has their take on what cryptocurrency is. So why isn't Dogecoin considered a security? Now, as a result of all this crazy news, you would think that it would affect the price and plummet Bitcoin and everything else. But in fact, it didn't do that. We actually saw that Bitcoin actually jumped from 25,000 even as high as 27,000 as of yesterday. Now, the cryptocurrency market did even take a slight dip, but now it's hovering around 26,000. But even hearing all that, you would expect that Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market would drop a lot, but it did not do that. Now, the SEC has on their website an investment contract analysis of digital assets. This is based on the Howey test, and the Howey test was made way back in the 1900s. And that Howey test was based on actual monetary money that we're using dollar to dollar, day by day today. But it's not accounting what digital assets are. It's so old that it really isn't innovative of what the times are right now. So really what you're seeing the SEC do is fighting for what I think is for the banks. That's just my personal opinion. Now, when Gary Gensler was appearing at the hearing for the recent conduct oversight within cryptocurrency, he was asked, is Ethereum a security? So asked over and over, he diverted away from the question, distracting from the answer itself. And he, in the chair, under oath, would not even say that Ethereum is either security or not security. And this is the problem. The SEC, Gary Gensler, and the whole team within that conduct has not been able to find out what to do, what to say, how to regulate cryptocurrency. So that really shows me that there's something hidden. There's a hidden agenda behind the SEC. And I think, again, that they're looking out for somebody, specifically, I think the banks, to stop monetary money within the US transferring over to self-custody wallets so that customers can have ownership of their own digital or even currency or even hard assets. What I'm seeing here is that the transfer of wealth is getting back to the people, and the banks don't like that. So obviously they're going to have somebody like the SEC fight for them. Again, my own personal opinion. Now, on other news, you already know that the CFTC has always been supportive of Ethereum as a commodity, not a security. And even today, after the whole SEC suing Coinbase and Binance, the chairman of the CFTC reiterated its stance on Ethereum, and it argued that in the past that Ethereum is still today a commodity. Now, it doesn't just stop there. We're now seeing a crypto bill presented by Republicans that lays out a clear rule for the SEC and the CFTC to understand and how to regulate cryptocurrency within the US. So now we're seeing Congress people step in trying to help out the SEC. But again, the SEC is refusing this help, and they're also delaying it for a reason. We even have Ryan Wyatt, who is a part of the Polygon team. It is the president of the Polygon team, and he even appeared in Congress to talk about the innovations of digital currencies, of the digital assets, and is educating Congress on how cryptocurrency needs to stay within the US, and that the US needs to be the dominant figure within this, or else it's going to shift over to other countries such as United Arab Emirates, Singapore/Malaysia, and other countries that really are stepping in line and regulating this in their own shape or form. So with that said, I just want to share this one thing because this is my conclusion and statement. When I had mentioned that the SEC was suing Coinbase and Binance, I told my wife, and you know what my wife said? She also said that it was very suspicious that a government entity was suing companies. You don't often hear that type of thing. And again, that's hearing that from my own partner. Imagine what the public thinks. Imagine what you, the investor, who actually invests in these digital currencies and assets, how you think. So is it really true that the SEC is protecting investors, maintaining fairness, orderly, and efficient markets? I don't really think so. So I think that right now, for once in our lifetime, we're seeing that the SEC has a lack of transparency and clarity around protecting investors for once, especially through innovations within cryptocurrency and the blockchain Web3 world, because it's so innovative and so fast that really they haven't been able to catch up. So again, this is my own personal thoughts, and I want to hear your thoughts down below, what you think around what's going on with the whole debacle between the SEC versus all these other exchanges, and also the SEC versus cryptocurrency, because that's ultimately what this actually is. It can be a good thing that the SEC is trying to provide clarity if they do it the right way. No matter what, we actually do need regulation and clarity to protect investors. That way, when people lose money, that there is actually insurance to protect investors. And rather than the SEC working with crypto innovation, they're actually trying to stop it, as I'm seeing it. So let me know your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So with that said, be sure to like that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and buy and sell orders on both NFTs and cryptocurrencies. Till then, see you guys and girls next time.